Okay, welcome back to the shop here at KBR and Fleet Products. I just wanted to go through one of the types of compressors that we deal with a lot here, which is the DF-596. Now, there is a CAT version of this, a Detroit version of this, and there's also, I believe, a Volvo version of this. And all of these suffer from a very similar type of failure, very commonly, with the unloader in this compressor. Now, the bottom end of these, they're very strong, they're very stout, they last a long time. They do very well, and they put out over 30 CFM, which is a lot of air, and a lot of people love them for that. But the downside is that it seems like the life cycle on these is very short because people don't understand the limitations of the unloader that is built into this thing. And unfortunately, this issue has grown to such an extent that some of these can blow up within a couple of weeks, even a week, on some of the large duty cycle units that are on some equipment. But it's just knowing what will make these things fail quickly and how to extend that life, because they are a good compressor and they have the potential to last a very long time. But I just wanted to take you through and show you exactly what it is on these that's failing and how to prevent it. So if we want to have a look at this compressor, I have it so that we can disassemble it. So if we pull this first layer off, right, we have our inlet valves inside the head here, and they're well designed. And then underneath here we have our discharge valves as well. Well designed, and they flow very well. And then if I pull this off, underneath here is the troublemakers. Okay, so underneath there you'll see this particular style of unloader valve, which also doubles as another inlet valve as well. But you can see the way that this is designed. If I push on this, if we pretend that this is our air pressure going in, this functions as a lever, and that lever mechanically pushes on this valve up and down. So you can see that slide in there. So as you can see, that valve completely relies on that little system right there and that very thin piece of metal to push back and forth in your unloaded and loaded state. So the failure item that typically happens on these is right here. So as this is being pushed and pulled and pushed and pulled, typically this little piece right here wears its way through this piece of metal, will break off, and then that metal goes into your cylinder and causes all kinds of issues. So that is typically where these will fail, and then the unloader stops working, these things will just continue to pump, and then it leads to massive damage within the unit, and of course more downtime for you. So what I wanted to explain to everybody is just the importance of this synchro valve that actually comes from Bendix, is their own design. The reason why this valve is so important is it works in conjunction with the governor, and it actually slowly applies the air into the unloader. Rather than being hit with a quick shot of full system pressure, it actually slows that down so that we get a slow transfer of air and then a slow removal of air. So that little lever that you saw doesn't take the impact, bang, bang, every time you're unloading. It's able to ease it in, ease it off, and extend the life of that unloader. Okay, so that's the idea with that. Now, another thing that's very important with these compressors, I'll quote right from the bulletin here. So there's an entire service data sheet, a bunch of different information you can get right off the Bendix website if you like. They have a lot of downloadable info. But if you go right here to page 6, right at the top, you'll notice under air induction that it's actually meant for it to be naturally aspirated, right? It's not meant to be turbocharged. Again, because of the design of these valves, they call them a reed valve. It's kind of like if you know a saxophone player or a trumpet player or something like that, there's a reed in there. So that reed actually is vibrating, right? So that same sort of thing can happen with this very thin piece of metal. If it's turbocharged and you have pressure coming through, it can vibrate that piece of metal to the point that it beats itself up, and again, can cause massive failure if that metal fatigue gets too bad and it falls apart, falls into your cylinder, and then we have massive issues again, right? Okay, the other thing to keep in mind with these as well is always be conscious of which air dryer you are running on your unit. Some people don't realize, but because these put out so much air and they're well over 30 CFM, even at lower RPM, so a lot of guys will just run maybe like an 89 dryer, something very old and basic like that, thinking that just because the size of the unit is bigger, it must be able to handle more air. But in fact, those do not flow as good as the 80 IP version. So the one that we typically will tell people to go with, especially with larger, any twin cylinder compressor, things like that, we always try to push the 80 IP because the cartridge is very large, the orifices are very large, lots of airflow can get through, and they can handle all the airflow that these things can produce. Even some of the newer Wabco style ones with the small canister, the spin-on style, some of those will restrict, and you will actually get these things running very, very hot. And heat is the death of these things. So keep that in mind as well when you're choosing an air dryer or looking at your own system of what you have on your truck or on your application right now. So again, online, if you go to the Bendix website and you look up the DF-596, the 500-5875 model is this particular one. So if you were to search that part number on their website, at the bottom of the page, you will actually find this information that I have laid out here on the bench. And it talks about their actual fix that they want you to do to get away from this compressor. And they would like to get people into a little bit more, I guess you could say user-friendly, maybe a little bit more sturdy version of a compressor. The 922 is very strong. The unloaders inside of these are very strong. It's a large piston style. And they work very good in harsh conditions, which is why they would probably want you to get away from something like this with that sliding valve that is very breakable and get into something that's a little bit more heavy duty. So their idea here is obviously to remove all of these parts, as you can see in this exploded view. So what they would want you to do is remove all of this, including this whole gear case and the adapters and couplers and all this, get rid of all that. And then as you can see, it goes down to the old diamond style flange so that you can get right into your existing gear train. And this compressor that I have here, as you can see, has that actual diamond flange on it. Part numbers on the side there, the 501-3695. So this compressor would be going in place of this compressor here. It takes a little bit of labor. You got to dismantle a few things, and sometimes also you have a fuel pump that's mounted up just above on the gear case that you have to remove and then actually transfer to the back of this compressor. And the fuel pump will then be driven off the back of the compressor. So you'd have to put in some lines and fittings and etc., things like that, in order to make this upgrade work. Now it's a good idea, and it's definitely a stronger version than the unloader that's on this. And it is definitely something that is available through us. We have the kit available if that's the direction that you'd like to go. But also, if you find yourself in a situation where you don't want to switch from the old 596 compressor, you'd like to stick with what you have, we have actually came up with a fix and developed our own fix so that you can stick with this original compressor, not worry about any more unloader failure, and should have a happy life for this compressor for a lot longer. So if it's something that you're interested in and something that you'd like to keep the original on, then give us a call here at Fleet Products or KBR, and then we'll have a chat with you and we can tell you what we do to make sure that those things have a good, long, happy life.